Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get all the updates. We're going to say for today's video, it's Halloween. Spooky. Unless you're watching this some other time, that's not Halloween. But I've had this beer for a little while, and I'm like, you know what? It kind of makes sense. It's a pumpkin beer. I'll just release it on Halloween. Mostly before the channel, I used to, every fall season, grab a bunch of pumpkin beers and Oktoberfest. And always made sure to get the Punkin ale and from these guys, and then also Southern Tier's Punkin. Other than those two, and Horsehead's pumpkin beer. Other than those three, then I was a little bit more loosey-goosey trying new ones and whatnot, but I liked this one a lot, and I don't remember last time I had it. So I was like, you know what, I gotta grab a bottle. So it's called Punkin Ale, brown ale brewed with pumpkin and spices, 7% ABV. I doubt it'll come across very well on camera. But if you don't know, the Dogfish head logo on this beer has like little fangs, which is kind of like a fun little Easter egg. Different can art than the last time I had this beer, so I don't know how new that, or label art. I don't know how new that label art is. How many cans do I drink versus bottles anymore? Anyway, so I don't know if this is brand new this year or just it's been that long since I've had one, but that is definitely different artwork than I'm used to. First beer glass I ever bought. I had some other ones that people gave me, but this is the first one I ever bought, and it's a Dogfish head one. And it's, well, this isn't the first one. The first one broke. This is the second one, but same style. That one, it was the weirdest thing. I just kind of picked it up like this, and this whole part just fell like from the base up, or base down, just fell. So weird. So you tell me it's a brown ale. It's a little more caramel than I would think. So it's a little on the lighter side, what I think the style looks like. Great carbonation, but yeah, it's more like it actually kind of looks like fall, right? It's caramel and brown. Not much head. I didn't pour the whole thing, so I can try to get a nice picture for Instagram, but it didn't form too big of a head. Oops. That was a trick, not a treat. I'll tell you that much. Some lacing, some legs. It's 7%. Let's just get into that aroma. Move on from the look. Yeah, it smells like pumpkin in a glass, like pumpkin pie, And I don't think you get much real pumpkin. Maybe it helps with body, a little bit of sugar or something, but I don't, how much pumpkin you taste. It's kind of like maple syrup anymore for me in beers. Sorry, yeah, it's going to drive me crazy if I don't dry it off. And we know I'm not going to stop recording and edit in other footage because that would take too much time. But anyway, it smells like pumpkin pie in a glass. It smells, because it's got those spices, but maybe a little bit more body. I just don't, because of pumpkin pie, I don't think you get like pumpkin smell in it necessarily. It's more like your brain's tricking you into thinking pumpkin because of the pumpkin spices. It has a lot of like brown bread, molasses as well, so almost more of like a pumpkin roll or like a pumpkin spiced, more like baked good than a pumpkin pie, actually. That's interesting. Let's get into taste. Cheers. The tricks continue, and hopefully this is a treat. You know what's nice about this beer? Well, one of the things that's nice about this beer is it's got a little bit of prickliness to it. Like it kind of, it's smooth, but there is like enough where it's like, no, pay attention. And I like that. Yeah, like just a little prickliness. Yeah, so the taste, it's somewhere between, like the pumpkin roll, the pumpkin muffins, whatever baked good that's the pumpkin thing. It's somewhere between that and pumpkin pie, but it's closer to I say baked goods like pies aren't baked, but like more flour-based baked goods, if that makes sense. It's closer to that than the pumpkin pie, but there is some of that. The spices come across nicely. Nothing dominates. Nothing's overpowering. I've said this in many reviews. I have cinnamon. I don't know if cinnamon is one of the spices in this for sure, but I feel like I get a little bit of cinnamon. But like I think cinnamon can be so easily overused, and that's problematic. Not in this one. Not at all. sweet, some caramel, a little bit of sweet corn even. It's like more Thanksgiving notes, I suppose. But again, like, just enough prickliness that it kind of like, yeah, it's not just sweet. It's got a little bit of hops or whatever that is, probably hops. Dries out a little bit. So it's not like it never becomes cloying, it never becomes too desserty. Even though I keep talking about desserts as tasting notes. Yeah, this is phenomenal. And makes me wish I had one last year and the year before. So don't be a sucker like me. Definitely sometimes it's nice to try new beers, but sometimes it's nice to be like, I like that beer and I should drink more of that beer because I know I already like it, versus rolling the dice on a new beer. Anyway, I'm not here to lecture. I'm here to do beer reviews. Have you had this beer before? Have you had a nice pumpkin beer you want to tell me about? Any Halloween plans you want to tell me about? Or, I don't know, anything, everything, comment section below. Let's get a conversation going. Once you're done doing that, make sure you check me out on Instagram and on Tapped. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both of those places. So please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.